In a world that is divided, God is calling you to make a difference. The McCrary Sisters, daughters of the late Reverend Samuel McCrary, a founding member of the legendary gospel quartet, the Fairfield Four, Anne, Regina, Alfreda, and Deborah grew up in Nashville surrounded by music, artists, faith, and singing at their father's church. And they have been singing ever since with legend artists like Bob Dylan, Elvis, Isaac Hayes, Carrie Underwood, Stevie Wonder, the Winans, and many more. But their heartbreak hit the sisters in 2022 when Deborah died of a stroke. This is their story. This is today's Nashville. This is faith. Regina, Frida, Anne, what a pleasure and honor to sit down with you, to share your story, to your faith, your music. Welcome to today's Nashville.
Good to be here.
Let's start from the beginning. Your dad,
Yeah.
well known here.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about him.
Since I was born, the only thing I knew for sure is that my father could sing.
Now, are you the oldest?
I'm the oldest. And I knew he could sing. I mean, that's what surrounded us in our home. They would come and they would rehearse. And then when I was 2 years old, I started traveling with him.
And he was with the Fairfield?
He was with the Fairfield Four. And I started traveling with him. One particular time, my mom was not gonna let me go, and I screamed and cried and screamed and cried, and she went and threw clothes in a suitcase and threw it at Daddy and said, take her. And that was the beginning for me. And I didn't even know I could sing. There were other women around that traveled with my father in another group. They were called the Davis Sisters. And I guess one of them heard me singing, and she taught me a song. And she told me, go out on the stage when they were singing and tell your daddy you want to sing.
How old were you?
2.
2.
And so...
Do you remember that, or?
Bits and pieces, just bits and pieces. You know, that's all I remember. I do remember going out and pulling his pants leg. And when he looked down, I said, I want to shame. And so he gave me the mic. Everybody was laughing, you know. He gave me the mic, and I started singing the song that I was taught. And people started throwing money on the stage. So he didn't leave home without me after that.
Now, he's a pastor. Was he?
He was a pastor.
Okay. You had a church?
Yeah, St. Mark Missionary Baptist Church. It was over on 6th Avenue North. When I was born, that's where it was.
Now, were you second, or?
No, Deborah.
Okay, we're going to talk about Deborah.
Yeah, Deborah was after. It's Anne, Deborah, me, and Frida.
Frida is the baby.
Yeah. So it was like I got to see some of the things. We used to go sit in the corner. He'd tell us, I said, we want to listen to y'all rehearse. And he would be like, go sit in the corner and be quiet. So we would go sit in the corner and listen to the Fairfield Four rehearse. And who was it at that time? Was it Freeman? I don't remember who the bass singer was, but to hear him hit those notes, oh my God, them baritone bass notes and them singing, there was no instruments, but everything was on key, on point. And it used to just mess with me. I'd be like, how did they do that?
And how old were you?
I was what, 5?
Probably.
About 3, 4, 5, somewhere off in there. And when the Fairfield Four rehearsal was over with, we would get up and mimic what they did, from patting the legs and everything.
Well, Frida, were you involved at this point? No?
Just a little.
Just a little?
I just remember church. I just
So
remember church.
when did you all decide that, this is what I want to do? Or did you all go separate ways for a while, school and things like that?
It was a little of both things. We each went our separate way, and we sang in the choir at church. So that was really our first. Time singing together, but it was a lot of us. So we sang in the choir at church, and that's when we first started.
And then
everybody knew we could sing.
Yeah, but we branched off and did a group called CBS, which was Cousin Brothers and Sisters. And so we traveled a little bit with that. We used to do summer lights. You remember summer lights? Mm-hmm. We used to sing summer lights, different festivals around the city, and made Daddy proud. He was able to witness that group, but not the McCrary Sisters.
So, and you've worked with so many different artists. Before we get into that, tell me about your faith. When, I know you were raised in church, your dad was reverend. When was it in your life that you said, yes, I'm going to follow Jesus?
When you're raised in a home and your dad is a pastor, you accept Jesus because just in your thoughts, okay, they say Jesus, our Jesus, and you love Jesus, but you don't know him. You don't know him. Little kids, we don't know. We just follow our parents and follow what they tell us to do, and when they tell us to go and come. And that's really when I was a teenager before I really felt and accepted the Lord for myself.
And for me, I was baptized, and basically I've been baptized twice. And the first time I got baptized, I did it because I watched my other brothers and sisters. I'm the 7th child out of 8. And I watched my other brothers and sisters go into the water and be baptized. And I like that song they sung, "Wade in the Water." So it was like, okay. So I did it because they did it. But then when I went back in the water and was truly baptized, it was because I had built my relationship with Christ. I knew him. Not my mama's Jesus, not my daddy's Jesus, but mine. Yeah, the one I realized.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
It is important.
And I was in my early 20s when I accepted the Lord, and just been running ever since. My husband and I have a ministry, Oh Happy Day Christian Outreach Ministry. So
Here in Nashville?
Here in Nashville. So he does a lot of broadcasts. We used to have a building, but we don't have a building now. It got sold. So we still minister.
So you were in your early, do you remember that moment where it's just like?
I remember that moment. I will never forget that moment. I was in tears, and I struck out in tongues. And at that time, the church we were at, they wasn't really familiar with that, speaking in tongues. And so I kind of kept that to myself for a long time. But yes, I do remember. And nothing in this world would separate me from the love of God.
And you know what? I love the fact that you guys focus on the love of God. Mm-hmm. You have a new CD or music album coming out. Love is the only key.
Yeah.
Only key. And I love how you're bringing people together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you have a special message about that, and we're going to talk about it when we come back.
Okay.